Energy Bites.
Hi there, this is David Price Francis, Energy World's Man, and in today's Energy Bite we're looking at the power of the Plumed Serpent, the so-called Plumed Serpent. What could this mean? Why is it a serpent? What does it represent? Well, we're actually at the north face of Chichen Itza, and you can see here the two serpent heads. There always seem to be two in these different statues. And this is where at the time of the two equinoxes, in spring and autumn, the body of the serpent can be seen in an effect of shadow and light actually coming down the steps. And it's designed to represent the power of the serpent coming from the sun to the planet. So there's a history and a tradition of a serpent being associated with the power of the sun. There's also a tradition to do with the other three what are called solar divinities. There's the sun, there's the snake, there's the bird, there's the bull, and there's the lion. So take for example in Rome, it was the eagle that was the prime solar divinity, and in Rome they went out to conquer Europe with the power of the eagle. Now here the Toltecs worked with the power of the serpent, and the Mayans themselves did not. So the Mayans were working with the power of Venus, what they called the downward-headed god, which was represented as a figure coming to the planet face down, and then another human figure receiving that energy, holding the hands upwards to the sky. The serpent, its full name is a long, it's almost a sentence long, and talks about the power of the Lord combining the power of the eagle and the power of the serpent. So the eagle is the power of the bird, symbol of the sun, and the serpent is representing that snake symbol. The two together produce the plumed serpent. If you go into any Christian church, an older Christian church in Europe, you'll see up in the four corners a bird, a bull, a lion, and a serpent or an angel. And it's said, well, those represent the four authors of the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Well, I would say more accurately, they represent the four powers of earth, water, air, and fire, and are at the core of astrology. Now, earth, water, air, and fire are the planetary representation of these four. The bird, the bull, the lion, and the serpent are the solar representation. So the serpent with wings represents a solar power coming to the planet. And in that sense is kind of like the idea of a church where we call upon our Father who art in heaven to come to the planet and create heaven on earth. So they're calling the power of the sun down to the planet. Now interesting, if you see the slight trace of color that's on here, what you'll see is the color red. Toltecs were very much into red. The original Mayans were into blue. They were a cool blue researching civilization, whereas the Toltecs were more into the red power of dominance. And this serpent was not a friendly character. Was a character that called for blood, called for sacrifice. And we're going to see that next when we move over to what was now known as the Temple of the Warriors, where human sacrifice actually took place. Very important to note, this was not a Mayan tradition. This is something which came with the red frequency of the Toltecs. Just as if we go to Rome, we'll find the equivalent of human sacrifice in Rome. What is feeding Christians to lions if not human sacrifice? So red goes with the spilling of blood, and blue is going with a much cooler, more feminine frequency. More on that later. This is Energy World's Man signing off for now.